Hello and welcome to Collective Tarot. I've always wanted to do that. I'm not the best shuffler in the world. I'm always so jealous of those people who can, like, you see those beautiful tarot readers who like do this one. I am not the one. I gotta shuffle it like cards. Some tarot readers, if you shuffle their cards like this, they would be like, oh, it would be the worst thing in the entire world. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Hello, my name is Casey Bacamini. This is Collective Tarot, and me rambling on is a little reminiscent of this blue full moon in Sagittarius. And I say that because I have my Mercury in Sagittarius, which is, if you've been paying attention, how you communicate. And I sound just like a Sagittarius. That's the musical references. That's the non sequiturs. That's the, hey, stop, let me tell you a story. It also is my 8th house. So it is how I connect to the divine. It's how I connect to spirit. It's why we have such a good time at Collective Tarot. I hope it's why you tune in, is because I try to make this fun and engaging and interesting and curious and all the things. What's the little emoji? That's it. I can't do emojis. But we're going to go ahead and jump in. So this is the second full moon of the month, which is what makes it a blue moon. That's what a blue moon is. It's the second full moon of the month. And a blue moon in Sagittarius, this energy that we're talking about has come to fruition. It started back in December of 2025, and now it's at full bloom. And like, look, TLDR of this is Sagittariuses are no bullshit. They're allergic to bullshit. They only believe in the truth and like universal philosophical truth. So December of 2025, you could possibly remember back then, that's right around the time we started attacking Venezuela, and that culminated in us kidnapping their president, who was a Sagittarius, by the way. Yeah, we did that. So, and he's in Brooklyn right now. He's in a detention center with his wife in Brooklyn, waiting to be tried for a series of crimes connected to drugs. What a strange world we live in. But that's all of that to say, right now, this full moon is saying, like, that's truth. Time for the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. I don't care if you can handle it or not. You're getting the fucking truth. Sorry for the F-bomb. There might be more later. This, if you know any Sagittariuses, you know that they tell the truth. That's what they do. Sometimes they tell their truth. Sometimes that is a interesting truth. That is a creative truth. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to hear their truth because sometimes their truth can be something that you really don't want to hear. But the bottom line is they are very truthful people, and they care about truth and you know, finding out the answer, the great answers, not like, 2 + 2 = 4, the ones of like, why are we here and what is our purpose? Those great existential truths. That's what they're in the game for. So that's what this full moon is saying. This full moon is basically looking at all of us and being like, hey, what are you doing? And it's time to be radically honest about what it is you're doing, because you can no longer lie to yourself from here on out. You can do the thing that you want to do, right? If you keep doing the thing you know you're not supposed to be doing it, you're doing it at your own peril. You're making the choice. No one's forcing you to do it. It's not like you didn't know you were doing it. So with that said, I'm going to do a pull for the collective. Why not? I went ahead and named this Collective Tarot. I might as well do one for the collective. Okay, King of Pentacles. In the contrary, with the 8 of Swords underneath. Okay, so what this is saying, the King of Pentacles is, this is an earth-based card, but a King of Pentacles is like a man who knows his castle. It's the patriarchy. It's all the things. It's like, It's you not in control of your physical well-being, your safety, your money, your luxury. It's like your truth, right? It's your prosperity. It's you at the center of you. And the Eight of Swords is a Gemini specific card, and it's about Jupiter and your abundance. So basically, like, you are limiting yourself. We as a collective are limiting ourselves. We're limiting ourselves by this false assumption that we live in a patriarchal society, that men are the best, that white people are superior. And we know it's bullshit. We know it's not true. But it's easier to kind of go along with it because pulling it down has shown to be difficult. And it's difficult because the people that have been in power for a long time really want to stay in power and want to do anything they possibly can, including cheat, in order to stay in power. And that limits our potential to expand and be prosperous ourselves. But they can't without our compliance. They can't without our compliance. You know, we're on the verge of a vote, right, for mayor in Los Angeles. The Congress is in chaos. The Trump administration is losing lawsuits left and right. We're winning, right? We're winning. And if you say I include people who voted for Donald Trump in that, because for better or for worse, you voted for him to burn everything down. That's what you wanted. Well, you're winning. That's what's happening. If you didn't vote for Donald Trump, guess what? It's still being burned down. And a lot of the checks and balances that he hates are stepping in his way. So in many ways, the system where it's broken needed to break and is breaking. And that is ultimately good for us as a collective, because he is proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the power is truly with us. It's with the people. And it is a hard lesson to learn. The Eight of Swords is a card that no one likes. But it is a person that is blindfolded very loosely and is bound very loosely. And the danger is in the person's mind. And if they open their eyes, they could see that they're not really in any danger. And just beyond them is like a huge castle in abundance. Open your eyes. That is the collective message of this full moon in Sagittarius. It's the second full moon. The Scorpio full moon was like, yo, that version of you is dead. You've been lied to. You've been cheated. But you've walked through that fire. You've buried that version of you. And this second full moon in Sagittarius, this is just like, yo, it's time to party. Like, we know what we have to do. And we know time is on our side. And we know the law is on our side. And we know that collectively together, if we just rethink this entire thing and do it this time from a place of equality, because Sagittarius is the temperance card, balance, divine balance, things will be better. Things will be wonderful. They will be literally divine. When my voice cracks, you know I mean it. Anyway, that's your collective tarot, okay? So now we're going to start with Gemini risings, because, wow. Gemini risings, you have the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus in your first house. So there's a lot going on. This full moon, okay, is literally in your seventh house of relationships. So I know that Gemini risings, Gemini people, anybody Geminis are sort of like fun, flirty, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. You're not one for like commitment, especially with the seventh house in Sagittarius. You really love your independence. But when it comes to your relationships, there's something missing. And this full moon is it's gonna make that apparent, especially opposing Uranus, yeesh, and Mercury. Somebody's due for a conversation. Your card Okay, your card is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, is the Three of Swords reversed. So, like, in the past, you've been disappointed and let down and hurt, but you're only hurt by your own expectations. Okay. You have the Ace of Cups underneath this. Okay. So you have a chance to start a new story, a new relationship, a new creative project, a new, whatever new opportunity is here, right? With this ace, which is a yes, it starts with you like putting your heart back on the table. I don't know any other way to say that. I have the Emperor reversed underneath, which is the sign of Aries, which is your 11th house of social groups of like, you know, it's time for you to sort of sit on your own throne and put your heart back in the game. That's how I'm reading that. Look, the minute Uranus entered the chat, you have to change. I know, because I've had it in there since 2018. Like I said, I think 2 readings ago, the only thing that has stayed has been my address. That's it. It's the only thing in my life that hasn't changed. Literally everything else has changed except for my address. So just buckle up. And the fact that there's new relationships on the horizon, like, yes, people are going to shake you up, especially right now. And that's not a bad thing. Actually, this started around December. So if there's like, I don't know, instincts or people or things that you met around December or situations or relationships that started to kind of get cooking in December, that person, whoever that person might have been lingering in your mind, is now like, oh, okay, you have to pay attention. So there it is. We're going to jump ahead to Cancer risings. So for Cancer risings, I'm a little under the weather. I'm having a really massive allergy attack. So if you're like, why does he sound weird? That's why. So I have a black cat. He's a panther, and I heard him, but I can't see him. Okay, so Cancer risings, this is happening in your 6th house of work and health. And what's amazing about this is that you have the Sun, which is like the best card. Like this is focus and attention and time and love and fun and joy and like Leo energy. So like attention. And then on the bottom of the deck, you have justice. So you have something about scales balancing and like maybe appreciation. Like what's cool about this is that you have Venus, which is also rules this card because this is the Libra card. You have Venus in your sign conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter's going to be here for like the next month. So like this is beautiful energy. So whatever you're doing for work and health, like this is good news. Either you're going on a trip, you're getting a vacation, you're getting a raise, like whatever was imbalanced before is like coming back together where if something was very unjust previously, like it's going to be put back into balance in a way that's very fair to you. And the sun is literally going to shine on you. Like it's just going to be wonderful. So I love that for you, Cancer rising. That makes me so happy. Hi, Wesley. Did you get some food? Okay. Do you want to add anything to that? No. He does not. Oh, Papas. People don't know what you look like. Do you want to come up and say hi? Sure didn't. No, he's going right back to his room. He just came out for a snack. I love you. Didn't even look back. Virgos. All right, cool. So Leo, this is happening in your 5th house of pleasure. This is the house that you typically rule. Oh, wow, we got 6s across the board, which is awesome because those are Leo, those are fixed energies. So you have the 6 of Swords, which is an Aquarius card. Guess what? That is your 7th house of relationships. So this is saying 5th house, pleasure house. Are we thinking about a relationship? Are we thinking about taking something to the next level? Or are we thinking about children? Are we thinking about sex, dating, creative expression? Because underneath it, we have the Six of Wands in the contrary. So Six of Wands in the contrary is a Leo card, actually, and it's about Jupiter. So this is about like changing your mind. So are you like, there's a Six of Wands is like a victory. So like there's some sort of like mindset shift here that you're doing. Sixes are a little bit about like once you get the halfway point, it's about adjustments, right? Making adjustments. And so, yeah, adjustments need to be made. Adjustments need to be made, and that's starting to really come to fruition. Ooh, you have the Knave of Swords here, which is like there's an idea that's brewing in your either creative expression or your sex or your pleasure house, your joy house. There's some mindset shift that you need to take. Either, and I will say this, your bad days are behind you, okay? They really are, because you have so much energy charging your way, Leo risings, because Jupiter's headed there, and then Venus will be there, and then Mercury will be there in no time. There's actually a Mercury retrograde that's going to happen late June, early July, but like there's a lot of and then the nodes are going to like there's so much momentum going into your first house over the coming year and a half that it's just really going to ask you to make some adjustments. Literally make some adjustments. But specifically because of that Six of Swords, I think this is flagging to you a sort of romantic partnership, because this is your pleasure house, and the Seven of Swords is Aquarius is your seventh house of relationships. So like this full moon is saying whatever happened December 2025, it's now coming to fruition again. And so you have to take some real hard looks at that relationship and make whatever are necessary adjustments, because there's some big time energy coming your way for the next 2 years. And like, this is not something that can be on your mind. And it's certainly not something that can stand in your way, because the Six of Wands reversed is like, it's a victory, but like there's greater victories to be had, and like you're going to be widely celebrated. And so this shit needs to be worked out. Okay. Speaking of Virgos, Virgo risings to be exact, this is in your fourth house of home. Ooh. And you have the Knave of Cups. Oh man, you have the Six of, you heard me and saw me shuffle that so many times, and now the Six of Swords is on this deck. So the Knave of Cups is like very new, young energy. And for this to be a home card, and for you to have the Six of Swords also, which is the Aquarius card for you, and your Aquarius is, hold on, let me do math quickly, your house of work and health. So this leads me to believe that there's an opportunity that, because this is your home and it's work and health, like, are you moving? Are you moving? Are you changing jobs? Are you seeking more freedom at home? Is there some aspect of your work-life balance that's making you feel restricted and feel like you can't move? I'm going to pull a clarifying card. Yeah, Three of Wands. Yeah, okay. So you're thinking of making a move. Either this is like an energetic move, a career shift, or like a physical move. So your ninth house in Taurus is now free. Is that right? Because 10th house is Gemini. Your ninth house in Taurus is now free, and that's actually where Mars is. So you actually might be considering a move. I don't know why, but I just heard East Coast. So if you're thinking of, oh, okay, I understand what that means. Oh, yeah, the 10 of Wands reversed, which is the Sagittarius card. It's also Saturn, which Saturn can sometimes represent dad. So for some reason, you might be pulled towards home right now. Home meaning like home wherever your parents are. And there might be something that this full moon might be calling your attention to that. You have the Four of Wands reversed, which is like a home energetic foundation. And then you have the Star, which leads back to your Aquarius house. So for some reason, I'm getting like hits of whoever might be watching this, hits of like, there's something, you just feel safer being closer to wherever you're from right now. And like, what's cool about that is you might feel like it is a loss, or you may feel like it's going backwards, but in actuality, by going home, like, and this started in December of 2025, right? By going home now, by feeling the pull home, it's actually going to open up a lot more opportunities for you than you think it is. Yes, and this is the Fool in the contrary, which is your career house. So like there's some sort of change that you need to make, and by going back home and heeding the call towards home, it will be the thing that like leads you to the next thing that you're going to do. Does anybody want to say anything else? My God. There's so many people from Broadway, like here. Like someone's like, come to Broadway, whatever that is. If you're contemplating a move from the West Coast to the East Coast, and it's to see if stage acting or Broadway or something on the East Coast is better for you, and it makes you feel better being closer to home, do it. This is your sign to do it, because someone literally wants to grab this. It's Gilda Radner. So if you're being called to like SNL or something, like whatever. No, she's like, not SNL, it's Broadway. Okay, great. If you're being called to go do live acting, stage acting, this is your permission slip. They're waiting for you. And if that is home, then that is your clue to do it. Okay? Okay. Libra risings. This is your third house of communication, of daily writing, of children, of sort of like your little local communities in your daily life. What do the cards have in store for you? Wow. Okay. So you have death in the contrary. So, and then the Four of Wands in the contrary also. So the Four of Wands is an Aries card, and this is about relationships. So for me, Libra risings in your third house, something is changing, something is dying, something is transforming. And for whatever that means to you, this is a relationship of some kind, because the Four of Swords is your fourth house. So if your daily life looks a little different now because someone's not there anymore, or someone's aren't there anymore, first of all, I'm sorry. I understand, as someone who is divorced and who's had tremendous loss and a bunch of familial things. Yeah, this is the Eight of Wands, which is the Sagittarius card. This is about writing and journaling and communicating, and like, you need to start talking through these things. You need to, everything right now is up here for you, and you have to move it out. And writing and talking to someone, therapy, your friends, your just talking to your local communities, making new friends, like, it's time for your personal transformation after this loss. That's what this full moon is indicating. So maybe you broke up, or maybe the major change at home, or not home necessarily, but the major change in your daily life happened back in December, and now you're just you're like, I can't hide this anymore. I can't deal with this anymore. I have to be honest about like where I'm moving forward and where I'm stuck. Sagittarius energy can oftentimes be very disassociative. And it's time for you to tap in and be honest so that you can lock in and move forward, because it's time to move on. Like death in the contrary is about personal transformation. And when you go through like a change of like your daily life or your local life, it can really change you. You have a lot of identity that's strapped in there. So, also the third house can be siblings also. That might be something. I'm going to pull one more. Yeah. Oh man, I just went back to the 8 of Wands. So it's like, yeah, this is about talking it out, getting it out, talking to people, like moving the energy, not just being trapped in your mind. Okay. Ooh, that was heavy. All right. Where my Scorpios at? Where my Scorpio risings at? This is in your second house of money. Money, 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 money. So Scorpio risings, buy a lottery ticket. Buy a lottery ticket. Boom. Yo. So you are the Lovers. That's good because, it's the Lovers in the contrary. Oh my God. And you got Judgment, Pluto underneath. So, Sagittarius, okay, how do I contextualize this? So, the call is calling from inside the house. There's a freedom that you are experiencing right now from the breakup of some sort of like either relationship that you had to money, or a relationship that you had to like inheritance, or a relationship that you had to, and I say the inheritance because your 8th house is Gemini, and 8th house is like the occult. It's the Scorpio house. So it's like death and taxes and the occult and spirits. And that's where you got the Pluto card too. And as a Scorpio rising, you're ruled by Pluto. So this is like whatever relationships, financial relationships, like partnerships, financial partnerships that are falling apart right now, it is making way for your true calling, which is like starting to really awaken right now. With Uranus in your 8th house, you're going to start getting lots of messages. Man, this is like, woo. I got the Temperance reversed. Yeah. Okay. So this is the Sagittarius card. This is a fully major arcana. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, Scorpio. This is a fully major arcana reading, and they're all like the Lovers are in the contrary, Temperance is the contrary, but what isn't in the contrary is this Judgment. It's like your calling. So you have the 7 of Swords there too, which is right underneath the Pluto card. And the 7 of Swords is like, 7 of Swords is your fourth house. It's where Pluto is. And it's like, all right, I almost said girl. Well, one of you is. I mean, statistically, most of you are. So I guess what this is saying is like, whatever partnerships are falling away right now, be them romantic or business or whatever, like it is making way for your true calling, and your true calling is balancing the divine of something in the water and like intuitive and realistic. This like screams medium. This screams your intuition. This screams like you doing something very different, and maybe there's judgment associated to it, and maybe you don't like immediately see how you could make money from it. But trust and believe, because this is your money house, it's there. Okay. Your freedom is your financial gain. That is your metric. Okay. It's not about the number. It's about the freedom it provides. Okay. I really want you to hear that. I'm going to pull you one. Yeah. And you got the 8 of Wands, which is again, Mercury. So it's about communicating and ending those partnerships, and like putting your message out there, making sure people know that you're free and available to do all the other things you want to do. I'm being told Sagittarius is like to just throw themselves around a little bit of everything, right? Don't stay for dinner, have drinks, networking, get out there, new people, new places, new connections, new things. This is all blessed by the divine. This is all blessed by the divine. The Uranus has left your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. And because your relationships house is the Taurus house, those are people you can build with. Okay. And also your 10th house is where all of that Leo energy is going in July. So like right now, your 9th house is where your Cancer is. It's like those are the relationships you're looking for, nurturing relationships and growing relationships and travel and pieces and things and place. All of that is going to shift over into your 10th house, and your 10th house, which is you, bright, shining you, you are going to be your business. So I want you to start cutting ties with old partnerships that are holding you back and keeping you from being you out in the world. That was a very Scorpio, you see me, you see what I'm talking about. I think you know what I mean. In fact, I know you know what I mean because they've just confirmed that the people that needed to hear that heard it. Sagittarius risings. You used people need to go buy lottery tickets, okay? Because used people is the luckies. You're ruled by Jupiter. And right now, this moon is happening in your 1st house and all of your relationships houses. That's where Uranus is, the sun is, and Mercury is. Everything is lit on freaking fire here. So I want to tell you that like this is a really, really, really good opportunity for you to see yourself and how you are perceived, and change the relationships that you are attracting. You do not chase, you attract, okay? You do not avoid, you do not, oh, party. You're attracting the good people that want to make things with you. This is very important because that mutable energy can sometimes be very slippery. This is not, oh, man. You straight up got the hermit, dog. This is your career house. So the message of this full moon is like, hey, you have a job to do and you need to do it. Oh, we got the sun underneath this. This is cool. I love this so much for you. Joy. You're a joyous person. You are like, I know that Virgos get a bad rap, okay? But they enjoy being the teacher. They enjoy being the one who does all the hard work. They enjoy that, right? And their work has purpose. So this is what I think is so interesting about people who have Sagittarius rising, right? Is that you are lucky. You're lucky. And things come to you and you don't know how and you don't know why. But when it comes to your career, that 10th house, you can be very prickly about how that abundance can come to you. And if it doesn't come to you in exactly the way you want it to come to you, you're like, too much work. That's boring. It's a lot. It could be a lot. You can shut down a lot of the gifts that you're naturally given because you're just like, why would I do that? Things come so easily. Why do I have to dot the I's and cross the T's? Because that's the way your career works. In every other aspect of life, the world is just going to hand you things. But when it comes to your career, you have to dot the I's and cross the T's. You have to, because it's Virgo and it's not right until you do it. However, you don't have to be exactly perfect. You can sometimes just get a gift that lands in your lap and go, thank you. And baby, when I tell you, those gifts are going to be landing in your lap. So open your arms and go, thank you. And you with great abundance comes great responsibility, and you are responsible enough. Okay? So take the fucking win. Take the win. And then underneath there, you have the Knave of Pentacles, which is this new energy of like, oh, look at me. I won Powerball, and I'm going to walk into the world, and I'm going to be good with it. Yes. And you have the Seven of Swords reversed, which is like, yes, it can be you. You're responsible enough, okay? You're responsible enough. You're kind enough. You're good enough. Appreciate the good things. And when when that jackpot hits, be like, okay, great, amazing. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to settle my home, right? That Pisces North Node, I'm going to make sure that's good and set. My relationships are going to change quite a bit because that Gemini energy, you're going to be cutting people left and right. Cut. Because you get time to focus on your career, okay? You know that it's the path that you thought it was going to be isn't going to be that anymore. You have to do a couple more things, but like, that's fine. This full moon, remember, this started in December of 2025. It's coming to fruition now, and you're starting to see like, okay, I got to do it like this. I got to do it like this. I got to sit down. I got to do the thing. I got to be diligent. I got to go against every single instinct I've ever had to just sit down and do the things I'm supposed to do in order to get the abundance I want. Fine. And as soon as you do it that one fucking time, bam. Great. Don't second guess it. Okay. Capricorn risings. This is happening in your 12th house, which is far away. It's the outside world. It's your subconscious. So right now your subconscious is saying, hey, there's some truths that we have to account for. What's going on? Whatever happened in December of 2025. So, alive. So this is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a Taurus card. It is the Saturn card. Seven of Pentacles in the Rider Tarot weight is someone who is just worked really, really hard, and some things have grown and some things have not. And you're looking at your harvest and you're saying, that is not exactly what I wanted. And it's Taurus energy. And Taurus is your 5th house. Is that right? Am I doing that right? Hold on, I gotta check my math really quickly. Yep. 4th. Yeah, it's your 5th house of like creative expression and things like that. And this is the Death and the Contrary. So you are not happy with the results of whatever endeavor you were trying. And this is your subconscious saying like, that did not work out how you intended. And maybe there was an actual death. Maybe there was an actual loss. Okay. And this is, I just saw the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a karmic moment. Anytime you're dealing with Saturn energy, this is karma. And the Wheel of Fortune card is the Jupiter card, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So there's something in your subconscious that's like, maybe sometimes when you grow things too quickly or not enough, or you don't tend to your gardens, they don't grow. And that might be one of the things, especially because you have to, and you have Justice. And then you also have the Lovers reversed. Okay. So like, look, maybe you were growing something, you weren't paying close enough attention, or you were being overbearing, or you did something, whatever it was, this is, and you have the Moon. Whatever this is a karmic cycle, and it's run its course. And it's like, whatever it is, whatever lesson you learned, like, learn the lesson. As a Capricorn rising, I know that you think you might know it all. And if you are a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun thinks they know everything, right? A Capricorn rising looks for shortcuts because you think you know everything, but you don't have, unless Capricorn is, you can dilute yourself, right? Because like the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, Sagittarius energy, and the moon, which is all about illusion, Pisces energy, both of these energies can be very delusional. And like that wreaks havoc when you're building a garden, because there's nothing delusional about a garden, right? It's like you have to get in there and dig in the dirt and get your hands dirty and do the work, and water it appropriately. Otherwise it won't grow. And with the Justice card here and the Lover's card reversed, there was some imbalance of some sort. And this is your, this is your 6th house of work and health. And this is the balanced energy. And this is your 10th house of career. Yeah. Okay. So this seems to be work related in some regard. So here's what I'm going to say. Karmic cycles are lessons. Learn the lesson and don't do it again. Right? This is a blue moon, right? Which means it's the second full moon of the month. It's a second chance. Take accountability. Say the sorries if you have to say sorry. Learn the lessons that you have to learn and move forward. And next time, do a better job and like dig in the dirt. Get your hands dirty. Don't neglect your garden. Okay? Very important. Don't neglect your garden. Especially if you're the only one that has something to gain for it with that Libra card. It's just like, don't neglect your garden. If it's your garden, don't neglect it. Don't just say, hey, to go do this and then walk away. Like, it's your garden. Okay. So we now have Aquarius risings. Okay. Good combo. Okay, so this is happening in your 11th house of friendships and community. So you have the King of Cups in the contrary, and you have the Knight of Wands in the contrary. So, look, Pluto is in your sign for 20 years, so you are changing. You're done. You're done. Your cup is empty. You're running low on energy. You've been running around. That Pluto energy in your sign has been changing things very rapidly, and you are fixed air, and you do not like to be changed this frequently. But I have news for you, Aquarius risings, okay? The North Node is about to go into your sign, and it's going to be there for 2 years, like a year, 18 months. And it's going to be conjunct that Pluto, and it's going to get noisy and loud. And like, because you are different, because you are a rebel, because your energy is so unique, that means that you are going to draw some flies. You know what I mean? You have that Leo 7th house, and the South Node is going to go into that 7th house, and it's going to change the people that you associate with. And that's that Sagittarius 11th house of like love to party, love to Disney. You cannot have people in your life that are just there for the party. Okay? There's 2 types of Sagittarius energy. Miley Cyrus and Beyonce's relationship is a perfect example of this, right? Beyonce is a Virgo. She's very exacting. She's very perfect. And, you know, one of her idols, Tina Turner, Sagittarius. One of her best friends, Miley Cyrus, Sagittarius. So, like, her husband, Jay-Z, Sagittarius. Like, there are Sagittariuses that when they ride or die for you, they are the best friend you have in the entire world. They're fun. They're the party. They give the best gifts. They know the best foods. They know the best restaurants to go to. They know how to have the time to curate the perfect existence. But if you are bad to them, they are gone. They have no tolerance for bullshit. Okay? So as an Aquarius rising, you can hang with a Sagittarius for sure. But you also invite sometimes too much of the party in the wrong kind of party, especially in your 7th house with Leo. So wherever your sun sign is, I want you to be very, very cautious of the people that you find you are attracting, because if they are just there for the party, I want you to adjust your energy. Okay? That Pluto is going to wreak havoc in your first house. It's going to change a lot about you and how the world perceives you. And when the North Node goes in there and conjuncts it for 18 months, it's going to get loud. Okay? Take the opportunity to look within yourself, which you're so good at doing, and own the parts of yourself that are different. Own the parts of yourself that are rebellious. And understand and know that the people that you are attracting are useful in certain ways, but like make sure that you have people that would like go to the mat for you. Okay? Not just utilities, but someone really, truly who would go to the mat for you. Okay? Emotionally, because lots of things are going to change during this next year. Okay? Especially in your social groups. I feel like you have me. I feel like you understand what I'm saying. Okay, Pisces risings. Hang in there, everybody. We have 3 left. Pisces risings. This is happening in your 10th house, which is your career, public-facing life. Oh, you have the 2 of Pentacles. And underneath that, you have the 8 of Swords reversed. We've talked about this card already. So this is 2 of Pentacles, a Capricorn card. Where's Capricorn? There it is. Oh, it's about Jupiter. Oh my gosh. And this is also about Jupiter. Pisces, you have to be honest about what you're capable of and what you're worth. The North Node has transited your sign and will until mid-July. You have to know that you're worth it. You have to know that you're worth more. I think that you now do. I think you now understand that. I think you now see your value, your purpose, and I feel like from the energy that I'm getting from this collective, you've gone back and you've done the work of looking at the stories of where you first were told that you weren't worthy. And you've learned, just like I did, you've learned how to drink from your own cup. You've learned that you're deserving of a full cup. And that's beautiful and important and necessary. And I love this for you. I love this for you. Okay? I want you to start changing the messages. Like, if you don't have like a daily sentence or those mantras, I want you to start developing them. Okay? So, because, yeah. So there's like a calling. This is the Pluto card. Your 9th house of travel. Okay, so what do I want to say? You have to change the messages. You have a calling, you have a gift. Whatever you do, it's divinely granted. You're very lucky in your career as a Sagittarius, as a public-facing life. Similar, if you watched the video up till now and you saw me do the Sagittarius rising reading, I want you to go back and watch that Sagittarius rising reading, because that also applies to you in your career, because luck just comes to you in this area. But like, you have a way of squashing that luck with like the relationships that you choose, but also like the lack of boundaries that you have. Or again, Sagittarius and Pisces are very good about this. You have a tendency to like disassociate and live in your mind and live with all these false expectations and false realities. And it's time to wake up and look at the truth of the situation, that you're worth so much more than you're getting paid right now. You're worth so much more than you're accepting right now. And it's time to change. This energy started in December, and now it's time to reconcile that. If someone owes you a raise, if someone owes you money, if you were, given a job and promised something and you're not getting it, now is the time to step in and say, hey, I'm worth more. and I won't be here if I don't get it. Be hard. Okay. Aries, risings. This is so easy to do because it's your 9th house, and I know that because you're an Aries rising. Everybody's in their home with Aries risings. Okay. So, 9th house of travel, publishing, higher education, higher purpose, house traditionally ruled by Sagittarius. You also have the 3 of Swords. Oh. And you have the World. Oh man, alive. Aries risings. So again, this is the heartbreak card, but do you see how it's in the contrary? So this is a lesson. So the World card is the Saturn card, and when it's in the contrary, this is like breaking a cycle ending, coming to an end of some sort of lesson, some sort of grand lesson. And the 3 of Swords is a Libra card. 3 of Swords is about Saturn. So you have 2 cards about Saturn. Both of them are in the contrary. So this is either a lesson you don't want to learn, or this is just some sort of expectation of like, you thought you were going to go somewhere, you thought you were going to leave, you thought you were going to, you thought something was like a big whirlwind or move, and it's just not happening the way that you thought it was, because your expectations are the thing that got in the way of it. Nothing breaks your heart like your own expectations. Aries rising. Okay. But you have the Ace of Pentacles here too. I pulled a clarifying card. So there's still an opportunity here. There's still a new path forward. Especially because your 2nd house of like finances and money is finally free and clear, and your 3rd house is where Uranus is now. So you have an opportunity to like start again, and this is good. So yes, it hurts. Yes, it did not. Your world may have been turned upside down literally, or a karmic cycle is closing, or like you are just going through a huge personal transformation, breaking many cycles. But like this, when the card is like this, when the card is in the upright, it's like you're in the phase of heartbrokenness right now. When it's in the contrary like this, you're actually coming out of it. Okay? And what lies ahead is that transformation, and it is that new start. That Ace of Pentacles new start, which is a beautiful way to start something new, which is you. So, love and light, Aries risings. It's going to be okay. This too shall pass. Okay? This too shall pass. And it has. I think it is passing. You're just sort of weathering the lessons right now, which are kind of the hardest part, right? Like you go through the heartbreak, and then you have that period of reflection, and you're just like, oh, okay, that was the lesson. That was the choice I could have made. Yeah, I did that. Like this is just the truth coming to light about what it is that you were doing or didn't have, or how you weren't moving. This is about you moving through it. And last but certainly not least, because it's me, Taurus risings. This is in our 8th house of the occult, of spirits and messages of you all who are just seated here waiting. Oh, I can feel your energy. Oh, I love that so much. Gene Wilder has been coming through a lot lately, and it's just wonderful. He's so funny. Oh, God, he's so funny. Just delightful. Okay, Taurus risings. So we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a card of action. And we have the Knave of Swords, which is the most immature version of thinking. So we have Mars in our sign, our first house. And what this is saying is like, we're taking action. It's slow and steady. Mars doesn't love being in Taurus because it has to do everything at a Taurus's pace. And if you know anything about a Taurus, we don't do anything until we're ready to do it. Even if we know it's good for us, even if we know it's what we're supposed to do, we got to be like, well, I'm going to do that tomorrow. That's overwhelming, so I'm going to take a nap. And tomorrow I'll do it. Or like, we just got to do things one step at a time, like a moving a bull. I'm very frustrated by it too. But this is great because this Knave of Swords is basically saying like, look, we have all of the momentum. We have that fire horse energy. This is fire horse energy, which is 2026 energy. Uranus is gone. We're finally able to move forward one step at a time. Just keep going. They're with us. The energy is with us. The fire is with us. Keep going. Keep moving. Also, this is pretty awesome because I will say the 8th house is also the house of inheritances. So like if you know any Sagittariuses that win the lottery, this could be a very good sign. Cash money. Yeah, so I want you to, this is another thing I want to, and I'm going to pull one clarifying card. Yes, the 8 of Wands, Sagittarius and communication, Taurus risings. You have all the luck of Sagittarius in your 8th house of spirits and dreams and the subconscious and like things unseen. And you are going to get nudges left and right of like what to do. And I want you to listen to them. I want you to trust that when you, and I'm going to give you a very recent example. When you're walking through the Pittsburgh airport on your way home and something nudges you to go into the Hudson News and buy yourself a new book for the plane ride home, I want you to do it. And I want you to look at all the books and listen to which one calls to you. And I want you to pick it up off the shelf and buy it and put it into your carry-on and get on the plane and delightfully read it. Because I'm telling you, that is a message from your guides telling you, hey, this is your next step. Something literally like that happened to me last week. And I swear to God, I got the message, I got the book, I sat down, realized that the person who wrote the book was someone I needed to get in contact with, and it took me 5 full days to do every single action step slowly and methodically because I was so worried that I was being ridiculous by following this nudge, despite the fact that I am a medium and I am talking to all of you right now doing this. So believe me when I say that fixed Earth Taurus energy is stubborn. Now is not the time to be stubborn. What do you want, dog? Like, what do you want? Dream it. Dream big. You have the 2 of Pentacles underneath, and you have the World card, and then you have the Knave of Pentacles. What do you want? Ask for it. Ask. Under the light of this full moon in Sagittarius, I asked for my wildest dreams to come true. I wrote on my board where I do all my goals, may all my dreams come true. Meaning in May, all my dreams come true, but also may all my dreams come true. That's what I want. And if I keep listening to my intuition after I asked and they send me these beautiful spiritual hits, they go, hey, that way. I'm just going to listen. And I guarantee you, Taurus, if you just listen and don't question and don't be stubborn and don't be like, well, I'm not sure. Maybe it was or maybe it wasn't. Do it. Just do it. Just be audacious. Be ridiculous. I just got Chris Corsini's new book, The Audacity Experiment. Page 1, it's a permission slip that you have to tear out of the book. Do you know how hard it was for me to just rip a book I just purchased? Didn't matter. I did it. And you know what? It was exhilarating and terrifying. Did I cut it afterwards, after it was ripped off the page? Yes, I did, because that made me feel better and safe. Regardless, be audacious. The Knight of Wands. We're charging ahead. We're doing it. Ask. Ask them. Ask for their help. Tell them what you want, okay? And they will help you. They're there for you. Please, 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 please. And look, do you see all these pictures behind me? See these people? Do you know how many times I've had a conversation with James Baldwin about my writing? I have done meditations where he and I have sat down and he got to smoke a cigarette because he can do that now. I can't do it yet because I'm still in this body, but trust and believe, when I'm on that side, I'm going to be smoking all day. Yeah. Do you know how many times I've questioned my writing after sitting there having a conversation with James Baldwin? A lot. Do you know what I'm tired of right now? That. No more. It's hard though, because I'm a Taurus rising. I'm stubborn. But I'm mostly stubborn about me and my gifts, and also thinking I have to do this all myself, or I have to see it or understand it or know it. I don't have to know. We don't have to know. They've got us. Ask. Do it. Okay? That was great. So much fun. I try to make these less than an hour, but you know what? You got time codes. You're good. You got time codes. You know what? One piece of advice. I got the Knight of Wands. That's so funny. If none of you stayed to watch the Taurus Risings, except for the Taurus Risings, you have to go back and watch the Taurus Rising one now, because that's what the message is. The message is fucking get on your horse and go. It is fire horse season, peeps. It is fire horse season. Get on your horse and charge using this fiery lunation of this blue moon in Sagittarius, this full moon in Sagittarius, our second chance in May. May all your dreams come true. With all of the love in my heart and all of the guides that I sense and feel with me. May all your dreams come true. And may you not be the only thing standing in your way to them coming true. I love you. See you in 2 weeks.